The Indian Army said Wednesday that 23 of its soldiers were missing, and several of their vehicles disabled, after flash floods caused by heavy rain hit a remote valley in the mountainous northeastern state of Sikkim. As clouds suddenly appeared over Lhonak Lake in North Sikkim, flash floods occurred in the Teesta River. The army described the natural disaster in a statement, saying 23 personnel had been reported missing. Several vehicles were reportedly submerged in mud, the statement added. Search operations are underway. The army said the upstream Chungthang Dam had released water into the Teesta River, which was already dangerously high, 15 feet higher than normal. A video released by an Indian military spokesman showed raging torrents of brown water sweeping through a densely forested valley, causing roads to be washed away and power lines to be snapped. This remote area lies near India's border with Nepal, and Lhonak Lake sits at the base of a glacier on the snowy peaks surrounding Kanchenjunga, the world's third highest mountain. The army said water released upstream of the Chungthang Dam meant the river was already 4.5 meters 15 feet higher than normal. About 15,000 people living nearby are likely to be affected, and at least 8 major bridges along the banks of the Teesta River have been washed away, V.S. Pathak, the state's chief secretary, told Reuters news agency. A video released by an Indian military spokesman showed raging torrents of brown water sweeping through a densely forested valley, causing roads to be washed away and power lines to be snapped. India's weather department has warned of landslides and flight disruptions as heavy rain is expected in parts of Sikkim. Flash floods are common during the rainy season, which begins in June and usually clears from the Indian subcontinent by the end of September. By October, the heaviest monsoon rains are usually over. Experts say climate change is increasing their frequency and severity. Other photos shared by the army showed water submerging the first floor of a building and flowing onto a street in the city with only the tip of a small construction crane visible sticking out. Local media showed Sikkim Chief Minister Prem Singh Tamang holding an umbrella during heavy rain and talking to officials about flooding in the town of Chungthang, far downstream where the soldiers went missing. The rainy season occurs when summer heat warms the land on the subcontinent, causing air to rise and suck in cooler Indian Ocean winds, which then produce large amounts of rain. But this disaster also brings annual destruction in the form of landslides and floods. Melting glaciers increase the volume of water, while unregulated development in flood-prone areas worsens the damage. As a result of climate change, glaciers in the Himalayas are melting faster than before, exposing communities to unpredictable and costly disasters. Glaciers disappeared 65% faster from 2011 to 2020 than in the previous decade, warned a June report by the International Center for Integrated Mountain Development (ICMOD). Based on current emissions trajectories, glaciers could lose up to 80% of their current volume by the end of the century, he said.